Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Everyday People doing everyday shit. Hope y'all are doing well. We are just rolling along on yet another fine Wednesday here in NorCal, or wine country is what some people call it, or expensive ass country as most people call it.
I think that's what you should call it.
Hanging out here with
expensive breathing air.
All right. So that is settled. It is now called expensive breathing air.
Yep.
Hope y'all doing all right. Thank y'all for being here and listening to the show live on YouTube, listening and watching live on YouTube. And if you're in there right now, please hit the thumbs up button or the like button on the screen. That helps us out. Please also hit the share button on there too. It normally looks like a little arrow or something like that. So hit that share button to tell other folks in your social media platforms to check out the live stream and check out the show. And also subscribe on whatever podcast app that you use too, so we can get you the downloaded and edited version of the show sometime tomorrow. Actually, I don't know. I got something else to do. But yeah, that's all the preamble stuff. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate all of the support. Again, I am Aunt Pruitt, freelance creator, photographer, model, all that good stuff. And she be Queen Pruitt, also known as Phoebe Pruitt.
Phoebes.
Actor, creator, all things Phoebes on your Instagrams and all of that good stuff.
Actor, model, creator, manicurist to the stars.
To the stars. This is true. You have,
yes.
You have had celebrity run-ins, if you will.
I absolutely have.
To your credit.
I am a celebrity manicurist, pedicurist. I am an actor. I am a creator. I am an idealist. I would love to write, but I don't want to write. But I have the ideas.
Why you don't want to write?
Because that's a lot of work.
Okay, the best answer ever. I don't want to do something because it's a whole lot of work.
It is writing.
I
mean, I have all the ideas. Like when you find me just standing in air, and you're like, "What are you doing? Just standing in space?" My mind is going.
So ideas are going, and you're thinking, I should be writing this stuff right now
all the time. But I'm no writer, and I do know that I have it in me, because when we're watching these amazing shows that we've been watching lately, I already sort of have a sense in what's about to happen, and 8 times out of 10, I'm correct in what's about to happen. So I have the same mindset and thoughts that these other writers have had. So I do know that I could. I don't want to write. I don't have the vocabulary and the non-forgetful sentences that I'm making, writing.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by non-forgetful?
When you're writing, don't you have to continuously say a sentence and keep going in that paragraph on that thought? Well, I'm going to be there, but then I'm going to check out. I know I'm going to check out, and then I got to check back in.
Yeah.
No, somebody that won't check out for hours and days should probably do that, not me.
That's a weird yet fascinating level of focus.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
With writing and ideas and books and movies and series, but I have the idea, but somebody else would have to get that idea and keep it going. And then, when I get other ideas, I'll put in on those ideas that we already started.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Very, very fascinating. Your brain, that is. I want to get started on topic wise anyway. There's some stuff that's been happening around this here US of A of ours, and it should be addressed. Going to give our 2 cents. Actually, we're going to give the facts, and if we care to give our 2 cents, we shall. But this is not a funny topic. This is not a happy topic, but it should be discussed. So I'm going to switch my screen over here. Let's see if I can do this the right way, though. Survey says, can we do this? All right. Looks like I did do this. Yeah, this is regarding Miss Sonya Massey.
Say her name.
Sonya Massey. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Sonya Massey was a resident in Illinois who put in a call to 911 because she had some concerns for her safety there in her home, and had the police force come out to check on what's going on around her home for her own safety's sake, to make sure everything is okay. You know, so not unusual for someone that's in the house alone at night and has concerns if they hear some stirring or something happening outside, and, you know, they don't necessarily want to go outside and be like, hey, look, what you doing out here? No, they have every right to call the people that serve our community, or allegedly supposed to serve our community. Well, in the event of calling law enforcement, 2 officers show up, question her, question everything that was going on. And then one officer in particular, I ain't gonna say the jackass's name, decided to go Billy Badass for whatever reason and pulled a gun and lost his shit and decided to shoot Miss Sonya Massey fatally 3 times in her home when she
called them for help.
Called them for help. That one's
I'm Sonya Massey. You know, my aunt is Sonya Massey. My mama is Sonya Massey. Your mama's Sonya Massey.
Yeah.
Your sister, my niece, my great niece. We're all Sonya fucking Massey. We are Sonya Massey. And it's so scary that if I don't have a male around and I'm scared for whatever reason, that now I'm gonna tell you right now, Anthony, if you are somewhere else, if you are gone, I'm home alone, if I'm on the street alone, I feel like something's sketch, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I go out fighting, nuck if you buck. I go out fighting, but I'm not calling law enforcement. Why? I mean, you know, I would be I'm already scared. You know, we see the blue lights, whoop, whoop, you know. It's already there, and to the magnitude now is, I'm a black woman. I got little locks in my hair. I might not look right. I'm in the wrong kind of car. Like, I just want to show you who's still in control. It's a gang, because it's sort of like a gang thing too. You know, it's just a Ku Klux Klan gang, because they're still out there being thrown in the midst of all different areas. But it's like, I think that
there's no segregation of Ku Klux Klan.
No.
I mean, they're definitely infiltrated within regular day-to-day society.
Oh, yeah. I've had so many situations happen to me as a black female here in Sonoma County. I don't think you have had these things happen, but I've only had one instance. I've had an instance in the In-N-Out.
Yep,
I've had an instance in the Mexican restaurant.
I remember that. I've only had the one incident, and the thing is, with me being a dude, it was an indirect incident. You know, it didn't come straight from the source to me. It was third party. You know, it's a lot different for females.
No, because it's just like, who are you? You're nobody. So I'm going to go ahead and say what I want to say to you. Yeah. Because you don't matter. Right. You know, not just that, even at my job, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Yeah. So, and it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 situations on my job. But, you know, just being here in Sonoma. Oh, yeah. And another situation, you know, doing my job. So I've had like 3 that I can just blurt out, and it's not just from the white people being racist, but Mexican. And I say Mexican because I know it's Mexican, but the Mexican community that came for me. Yeah. And I came over here thinking the opposite. I came to California thinking, oh man, I'm going to California. I'm going to learn me some Spanish. I'm going to get with my Mexican brothers and sisters, and we're going to connect, and I'm going to learn. I'm going to know how to speak Spanish fluently because we're going to hang out and have fun. Yeah. And well, and then not just that, but the white is more liberal, so I don't have to worry about that old white man or that old white woman saying anything to me like I did in North Carolina when they walked into the doctor's office that I worked in saying, who let you in here? You know, and that's the thing. It is. But it's the same. It is. What people fail to realize is this type of behavior is going to be found everywhere. You know, there are people here in California that would say otherwise, but they don't know because they haven't lived it. Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that doesn't happen here. And then there's also the aspect of, you know, there are pockets of this. It's just pockets. I'm not going to sit here and say the whole state of California. It's like that. It's pockets. It's like that in South Carolina. There are some pockets of South Carolina that are pretty damn good. And there are pockets in South Carolina that, I want no part of. You know, so, and with that said, there are good police officers out there, but there are also some pretty shit-tastic ones out there too, just roaming amongst the good that are really trying to push some sort of agenda. Well, the good one in this situation had to be the one that kept his camera on. He kept his camera on. So, yeah. There are some good ones because he kept it on. He didn't try to hide it. He didn't try to hide it. He tried to help. He tried to go for it, but he wanted us to know, look, dude, it's a lot of people out here that's coming for y'all. Yeah. You know, so thank him for whoever he is. I don't even know, but nobody's really talking about him and what he did by not turning his cameras. And there's also the possibility of that officer may not be wanting any of the attention right now because who knows how traumatizing that was for him. I know. You know, so this is true. This is true. And I also want to say, going along the lines of yes, there are some good cops out there too.
every time stuff like this happens, I try to find a balance and say, you know what? My man, Kieran Keeney here, local police, is good people. And I see it. I see it in his walk. I don't see it in his talk. I see it in his walk as he serves. You know, I don't know about the rest of his patrol or squad. I have no idea. But I see him and I'm like, okay, well, there's hope right there. Good people, you know.
I'm losing hope.
Yeah. And I can remember years ago.
Because I'm a black woman. Because
here,
I just... the world sees black women as maids where we come in at the tail end. I don't have a voice unless there's a white one in front of me or unless there's a man in front of me.
Yeah. That narrative has been pretty strong for decades.
It has been for decades, and it's right now for me. Everywhere I go, you know, I gave you that idea about writing a book about this woman only having power when she's near a man for a reason. You know, it's a lot of times people don't even hear me or see me unless you're around.
Yeah. Yep, that's been documented.
Yeah. Me posting pictures, I've told you about it. Like, I post a picture of myself, it's one thing. And I post a picture of me and you, it's like, whoa! Yeah. You know?
I have that effect on people.
Whatever. But that is something that I don't know anymore, hon. I don't know. I don't even know if it's like, I know you cool people.
I will say this, and I've said this for years since prior to coming out here. And you may recall, but I've said if it came down to it, call the fire department. Don't call the police force. Call the fire department.
Well, when you dial 911, that's where it goes first anyway.
No, I'm calling the fire department. Send the fire department. Don't send the police. Send the fire department. Please send the fire department. You want to talk about selfless? Fire department. They go into a raging fire. No idea if they gonna come out. Mm-hmm. And they do it every time without hesitation.
Mm-hmm. And they don't know what color that person is. And you know
idea.
what? You're right. Mm-hmm. They don't know when they're going in there to fight a fire. The firemen don't know, oh, this is a black family.
Nope, don't care. They go. They just go.
It's true.
And there's never any hesitation. So I've said it for years. Call the fire department. Heck, they also are medical capable too. Mm-hmm. That's part of their training. So yeah, but I definitely wanted to touch on that, you know, because we, the Pruitt family,
the struggle is real for me.
What's not mentioned?
I fight every day that I go out and do my job. I'm scrubbing on people's feet and stuff, and I never know what they're thinking of me.
What's not mentioned as much in the coverage of this, the coverage that I pulled up here in the show is coming from the State Journal Register, also known as sj-r.com, but it's everywhere. But Springfield is Illinois, so that's where I pulled it from. This is an Illinois paper. But what's not been said as much as I had hoped would be something touching on the fact of her mental health. Prior to the call.
But she made it all clear, though. Right. Everything.
So none of that has gotten as much credit as I would like. But if you all don't know, we take mental health very seriously here in this household, in this family. And we're not the people that well, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for her, but I'm going to speak for myself. I take mental health very seriously, and I absolutely hate when people use mental health as a crutch, because nowadays it is a bit of a fad at times for people to talk about mental health concerns and issues, and they use that as a crutch to just literally just get over on people.
Yeah.
And you don't have a mental health. You're lazy, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, we take that very seriously in here. So seriously that back in 2021, we did a short film to highlight it and address it and acknowledge it and to normalize it. Still one of my proudest things from a creator standpoint that I've done. And we take this shit seriously is all I want to say.
Well, I'll be the first one to say why we take it seriously, because I have depression. I have mental health battles.
Yep.
And when I say battles, it's because it's every day, all day.
Diagnose. On the record, chemical concerns. Not a fad.
And I've been through doctors that just said, okay, here, take 600 milligrams of Seroquel.
I remember Seroquel.
Here, 800. You're not feeling better. Here, up it. Seroquel that's a horrible medication. And I'm depressed. I'm sad. Why would you give me something that's just going to comatose me? Just knock me out for no reason. You don't even know what's going on with me.
Right.
You're not taking it. And even after that, when I had the hysterectomy, and then people just throwing me on medications, not even taking into consideration that she's had a hysterectomy, so it might be some chemicals going on in here that's just not
chemicals,
but that's all I had were men telling me, until I found the nurse practitioner that I needed. But before that, it was just men throwing me on meds. Here's a pill. And people don't understand that I've been on every single solitary anti-depressant medication, antipsychotic medication, and all of these that you can think of, but I wasn't supposed to be. But I've tried them all, not because I was supposed to, but because I had doctors that didn't want to listen to me.
Yeah.
And just who cares?
Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I know why these things happen. But I didn't at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Right.
So I was just taking the medication that they gave to me. I don't need this. I should have never been on these things.
It was ignorance. That's all.
And who knows what the hell that motherfucker was doing behind the camera that none of us could see in this video with Miss Massey.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what he was doing back here. Mm-hmm. We don't know why she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. We don't know what she could see. We don't know any of that. But there is footage
of when that phrase was said, and he's in the footage. He is just sort of standing there, but whatever reason, that phrase set him off. He's just standing there, and that phrase set him off, and he pulled the gun right then and there.
For her to say, I rebuke you.
And
like I said, we don't know what she saw. Just because she has had a history of mental illness doesn't mean that she doesn't have awareness.
Right.
I can look at somebody and see. I've been in a situation on my job where somebody was coming for me, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, and
I got to get away from you because I already see where you trying to go right now.
My grandma
and that could have been the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been exactly what she was saying. Like, oh, I see where you trying to go and I rebuke you. You know, I have been there.
Yeah.
That's why when all of this happened, it's unsettling because I am Sonya Massey. All my aunts, uncles, everybody, we're all Sonya Massey because it could easily be us. How I feel, what is going on in my head, but this person is walking in that's supposed to be trying to help me is already thinking you crazy as hell and I don't give a fuck about what you say. Shit. Yes, it's just another dead black woman. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Like I said,
somebody even said that before, like black people don't become famous until they're dead, killed by white people. That's when they become famous. I don't want that, but that's scary to me.
Yeah, that's interesting. Someone has hypothesized that. But yeah, wanted to address that. Saying her name, Sonya Massey. The jackass is locked up right now, awaiting trial. And we shall see what our justice system will do there. I'm not going to hold my breath because I've seen this shit before. I've seen this shit before. So I will wait and see what happens. I'm not going to think more on it other than hopefully nothing like this is going to happen again soon. It's probably going to happen again, but I'm hoping we get a little break in between, as sad as that sounds. You know what I mean? So, but that is that. So thank y'all for being here. As you know, we like to try to monetize this here show. So we're going to pause for a few seconds and give a bit of a commercial break. So y'all stay right there. We're going to figure out what the heck Biscuit. Oh, he's twirling his ball. And we'll be right back. And we are back. Thank y'all for being here. And this is Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit, podcast where we just sit here on these here mics and talk about any and everything as just everyday life, be it good stuff, be it bad stuff, be it totally off the wall, be it someone chewing in the mic. That's what we do. In the mic.
I moved away from the mic so that I'm not chewing in the mic.
No, good grief. Gosh, calm down. Yeah, as the camera pulls you back into focus now. Anyway, if you're watching live here on YouTube, please hit the like button there on your screen. And please say hello there in the live stream chat too, so we know that you're out there. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for all the continuous support of this here endeavor. Updates. You got any updates before we get into this other thing of topics that I wanted to touch on? Because people always want to know, what's she doing?
Well, I mean, I went to my callbacks last night and did the reading.
Oh, you mean the thing that I asked you about last week that you had no answers for? That one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's shocking. That's what you said last week.
But I had callbacks for POTUS last night, and they still have another night of callbacks. And they said give them a couple of weeks. So I got a couple weeks before I know if I'm going to be in POTUS or not. Other than that, I'm just freaking working and hoping and praying.
Yeah. Well, about the same front for me too. Just waiting around, looking for opportunities, and nothing's there yet. Well, no, I take that back. I did stop the presses. Turned down a job the other day. Yeah, I turned down a job. And I know people are going to be like, what? Dude, you ain't been working and you turning down jobs? What the hell's wrong with you? And
well,
yeah, I did turn down this job. So allow me, not that I owe you an explanation, but I think it might be some food for thought for people that are not in this here bubble. So my mom had mentioned to me several weeks ago, she's like, the United States Post Office has been advertising nationwide about hiring folks and so forth. My moms know this shit because, that was her business. Anything advertised, she knows all that stuff in and out. So I said, all right, I'll check it out here in this here area. And when I looked, there wasn't much in this area. There was a lot of things in California in general, but not here in NorCal. There was one thing in
for the
NorCal.
post office.
Yeah, for the United States Postal Service. Go ahead, ask your question.
USPS.
That is correct.
Okay.
Wow, look at you.
Ooh. Really? Really?
Wow. You figured that out all on your own.
Sound and everything.
You figured it out all on your own.
Continuar, por favor.
So, she told me to check it out. And when I looked, there was only one thing in this particular area. I was hoping for something along the lines of warehouse, or something inside the post office, be it like sorting or even partly at the front desk. Not really, but partly at the front desk. But none of those were available at the time. But what was available was the actual mail carrier. And I was like, well, heck, I can deliver mail around these parts. It's no big. I can throw on my shorts and bucket hat and ride around in the car that ain't got no AC, because that's what I'm used to doing. No big deal. And applied for it, and it said it was for a particular town here. I'm not going to say the name, but they said it was for a particular town. I said, okay, I'll give that a shot. Got the offer letter and more of the details about it. And I was like, oh, they offered me the job. And so I read into it, and it was for that particular town, but it was for the rural route of this town.
No, sir.
And so
not it looking like you do.
And so I looked at this and I was like, wait a minute. I know that rural area, and I don't go to that rural area. I just don't. And what some folks don't understand here, the rural areas are divided. Okay, you got a neighbor right here when you first you got a house that you pull up to. Okay, their neighbor is a mile away, minimum mile. That's the neighbor. But it is usually more than that, because it's so vast, and it's orchards, vineyards, farmers. Okay, out in the middle of nowhere. And I looked at that scenario, and then I looked at the price, the pay rate that they were offering. Sad. And I told the old girl that called, I said, y'all know I'm black, right? And she says, yeah, we do see that you on the farm.
Really?
She did. She was Indian. She was Indian, the representative that I spoke with, or recruiter, or what have you. She says, yes, we did see that on your, because I checked it. I put on there black. And I said, so do you know that area? And she says, no, I don't. And I explained it to her. And I said, that's not ideal for my black ass to go out there and be walking up to someone's mailbox out there. Not the fact that there's also pets that ain't leashed up. Because why the hell are their pets going to be leashed up when their driveway is half a mile long, or or either way, just their neighbor is a mile away. It's just, when I say rural, I mean rural, that particular town, and I'm not going to put them out there like that. But yeah, and I told her, I said, if it at that rate, it's not worth it. It's not. Nope. It's not worth my trouble or safety.
Yep.
And so I had to decline. And she's like, I understand. You know.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I turned down a job. So that's that. But life is going to go on.
It was like pennies.
Yeah, it was still very it was still very, very, very low dollars.
Might as well just go to the McDonald's down the street.
It wasn't 18, but it was close. I'll say that, Mr.
Just
Helm,
go,
as he says there in the
chat. You can go to the McDonald's and make the same amount.
Yeah, clearly. But yeah, that's an update on me. And I'll keep y'all posted on other stuff that I got coming up. Fortunately, I do have some other things coming up. Now, let's take a look at something that I wanted to touch on last week and didn't get the time to, which is fine because it's nice having stuff in the hopper, if you will. So let me see if I can find that screen. I'll flip this right here. And I will click on, because I can close that now so I don't confuse myself. And I hit this button that says, show the desktop. Yeah, there we go. Now, this comes from, we both know this person. This is on the Threads platform, threads.net, which is the social network that Meta, Instagram put together to try to compete with the likes of X, or some folks know it as Twitter.
Cottage cheese and
hold
peaches.
On. Good grief. Let me.
I'm trying to see what that is.
If you let me get to it. Good grief. Because you have to remember, not everybody watches the podcast. So I have to describe things.
Okay.
For the people listening.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Turn my mic off so I can eat my gummy worms.
So how about you just not eat the gummy worms? How about that? Do you really have to eat the gummy worms right now? That's a yes.
I
no.
don't have to.
Gosh. Okay. All right. Here we go. So as I was trying to say, on Threads, Leanne, I met Leanne via the Twit network. I don't know how many years ago. Her and her husband, partner, they've been very, very cool people and supportive of me, as well as supportive of you, following you, and you interact with them. They just good people. Well, on Threads, she posts hashtag weird food combos. And she put a picture and it says cottage cheese and Doritos.
It's a Dorito.
Didn't knock it. And I saw that and I'm like, it's weird, but I've seen worse. I'm pretty sure of it. But it made me curious. And so I put it as a reply, I just put the little eyes that I'm looking. I see this. And it made me curious. So I ended up going down a little tiny rabbit hole. But I wanted to ask you personally, yourself, if you were to be hanging out at someone's place or they come over here and you decide that you want a snack, and you go get your snack that ends up being quote unquote weird, what would that snack be?
A weird snack at somebody's party?
Well, no. Well, it's not weird to you, but you know it's weird to everybody else. What would that snack be? Do you have anything like that?
Chicken livers. Fried chicken livers.
Interesting. And see, I don't see that as weird, but again, I'm also a Southerner. That's like normal delicacy. To us, but I could see people in my circle that be like, "Do what now?" So for you,
yeah, that's been weird for a lot of people, even back home. Like, what? You like chicken livers and gizzards?
And gummy worms, apparently. Jeez. Can you just put the bag down so you don't want to eat them right now? You know, just chew into the mic.
Have I been chewing into the mic?
Yes. You don't hear yourself?
I'm not doing anything.
Okay. That's all. All right. John Helm. Thank you for your commentary here. He says that's only weird to not in the South, basically, and I agree. So pretty much everywhere in the South, that's normalcy. It's like a delicacy. Chicken livers
and gizzards.
Chicken lizards, gizzards, all that's just
okay.
Normal.
So a non-normal snack for
or snack
all
or
around,
food or
everywhere.
Whatever.
Okay.
No. That your answer wasn't wrong. It wasn't a wrong answer. I was just asking.
What is yours?
I couldn't really think of anything. The first thing that came to my mind, and it's not really weird, but I do remember people when I was a kid just sort of looking at me weird. But then I found out it is actually a lot more mainstream, and it's peanut butter and honey sandwiches.
That's not unusual.
No, it's not. That's what I said.
That's no.
I remember my little. I can't call them a circle, but the people that I knew when they saw that I would eat peanut butter and honey sandwiches, I'm like, yeah, you should do peanut butter and jelly. Little did they know, I never cared for peanut butter and jelly, but give me peanut butter and honey all daggum day. As a matter of fact, you could give me peanut butter and honey for a handful of years every day.
Yeah.
That's what I ate.
Yeah, I remember those years. I remember that.
Oh, it's so good.
Oxtails are not universal, John?
No, yeah. John in the chat says oxtails is another one. Man, oxtails, that's I don't know if that's considered weird because, again, a lot of the stuff that is... A lot of stuff like that has been turned into a delicacy to other folks, you know, and I'm going to say it like this. A lot of shit that black folks been eating for centuries are now delicacies, you know, chitlins, pig feet, trotters. They don't even call them pig feet. They call them trotters.
I was curious. What the hell is a trotter? Oh, I wouldn't eat it if it was called a trotter.
Yeah,
that really makes it seem like it's a foot.
There's trotters, frog legs.
Yeah, that tastes like chicken.
Yeah. Cheyenne Smith in the house says pickled pig feet.
I hadn't had them pickled.
I've had them. I'd rather just have them the way my grandma made them.
On the stove, boiled.
Just boil them up, man. But yeah, a lot of stuff that we ate as people over these gazillion years is pretty much a delicacy nowadays.
Wow.
You know, even catfish. Catfish was for peasants.
What?
Catfish.
It's thick.
Huh?
It's a meaty fish.
No. Well, okay, yeah, but catfish is a bottom feeder.
Just like lobster.
Shrimp.
And crab.
Yeah.
But that is bougie
seafood. Now it's all expensive and bougie. I like how you turn your head because you're not eating gummy worms into the mic. But chocolate covered crickets. That's yours, John? That's what you eat?
You don't eat that shit.
He probably does. John is a well-traveled man. That dude.
So you got you a bag sitting by your nightstand?
He probably does. He's an eclectic brother. John's all right. Yeah. But I
Speaking
thought about
of food.
That. What?
When we're done recording, are we going to go to BJ's to eat dinner?
I don't know. Oh, wow. This is an interesting
I just ate a lot of French fries, though.
Interesting remark here. The Russell says, true, but catfish with spaghetti is so bomb. This combo has yet to hit the mainstream. Well, all right. I see you got your face turned up. Let me slow you down for a second. He said spaghetti. I wonder if he just means the pasta, the vermicelli noodles, you know.
So even if it is just catfish and vermicelli noodles, that's not delicious.
And he says it's a Nashville thing.
I don't like it.
John says he eats those crickets on the mic.
I'm done eating now, John.
Thank you for the nudge, bro. Thank you for the nudge.
Show them to us. I'm showing you my gummies. Show me your crickets.
Oh, gosh.
Show me your chocolate covered crickets.
Show me your crickets. There's the show title. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to ask you that, and I went down a little mini rabbit hole, and I wanted to bring up said mini rabbit hole to you and our viewers and listeners. So let's do a screen share here.
Love you more, John.
This here is the first one. Let me blow it up.
Is it a sandwich?
This says today from someone says Dying Wishes Yarn Co. on Threads, and it says today I had my favorite sandwich from my childhood: peanut butter and cheese. I know it sounds weird, but it's so freaking good. Peanut butter and cheese. Thoughts, Queen Pruitt?
I'm still hungry, even though that makes my stomach turn a little bit, but I'm still hungry.
All right. So let's see the next one.
That's not my favorite.
Next one was, this one got me because this is definitely British. Mushy peas on toast. This may be one of my favorite picks from the trip. By the way, ever tried mushy peas on toast? Full video up on their YouTube channel. This is from AJS Lambino, however you say that. And the Brits have a interesting breakfast. They have this whole British fried breakfast. And I tried to tell you about it before, but I'm not going to get it right. So folks, don't yell at me, but it's fried tomatoes, fried eggs, sunny side up, baked beans, fried up, black pudding, a couple sausages. There's no Marmite. There's no Marmite, but that's a good pull, John. And it's one more thing, but it's like this huge, massive fried up plate of protein, and the black pudding is usually what sets people off because that's just pig blood sausage, and then they have stuff like this mushy peas, but I never knew that there was mushy peas on toast.
What kind of peas?
This is just green peas. You see it on the screen?
Oh, just regular peas.
Yeah, it's just green peas. Yeah, I'll pass on that. But again, I shouldn't really call them out because that's a British thing. It's peas? It's pretty normal. Mushy peas is a pretty normal thing in England, Yeah. And the next one here. This is a cup of noodles titled
Cup Noodles.
Campfire S'mores with natural and artificial flavors. Ramen noodles and sauce. S'mores, ramen noodles and sauce. Oh, that face
what
right there.
Sauce?
That face right there says it all.
But what sauce?
I don't know.
Ramen noodle, just regular, like chicken flavored, or just not chicken flavored ramen noodles? Just ramen noodles.
My understanding is it's ramen noodles with s'mores flavor.
Just okay. So what the
that's
the packet that you
graham
the
cracker.
little packet that that you put in the water.
Yeah, that thing is dehydrated s'mores.
Your graham crackers, your marshmallows, your chocolate, all of that is in there. And you just dump that in there over your noodles. That
is my understanding.
Okay.
That is my understanding.
As long as they add some salt, it probably is delicious.
The Russell in the chat says, well, yeah, that's over the top. Yeah, that's a bit much, dude.
Salt and sugar. I feel that sweet and salty. It might be all right if you add some salt to the s'mores.
I feel sweet and salty in some instances, but not all instances. Good gosh. And
sweet and salty is always good. I'm going to have some sweet. I'm hungry. My little French fries are just not working out.
My screen froze over there. And there was another one that I wanted to show. Come on, dude. Really?
That's unfortunate.
These Macs are supposed to be super duper. What the heck, man? Okay. That's moving. So.
Oh, chocolate bacon. Oh, I bet
Chocolate bacon is great.
Delicious.
Chocolate bacon is great. I've had
Delicious.
that. I've had that. That is freaking great. It's like a candy bar, but it's but you bite into the candy bar and it's smoke,
salty, savory.
Oh my gosh, it's damn good.
I know that when we used to be able to tailgate back in the day.
Listening.
Excuse me.
Oh, it just went quiet there for some reason. You burped.
And we ended up trying some, what was it? Brown sugar bacon. Or
candied bacon.
Candied bacon.
Yeah, candied bacon's great.
That changed my life forever. Oh, that changed my life forever. That was the best thing I ever tried and tasted and hit my taste buds. I would even have some of that right now. I'm there.
Candied bacon is great. Man, this thing totally froze everything, dude. What the heck? It totally froze the browser, so I can't kill it because it'll kill YouTube stream. All right, so that was the cup noodles. This one I wanted to show. There's actually two more. There's this one, and it says knife slapping cucumber as the picture description. This is from Ryan. It says this hashtag Chinese food sounds intriguing at the very least. I'm not sure I want to eat something that slaps sharp objects, and it's quote knife slapping cucumbers. I don't even know what the heck that is. It doesn't look like cucumbers. It looks like a mix of everything in cilantro, garlic, cucumber.
Is that the picture that they're giving you?
Yeah,
for
that's what the picture
slapping?
says.
They need to do better than that because that looks good. I mean, that looks like an ordinary Asian dish to me.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
What were they?
And then there's this one. This one I think took the cake. It says, get a taste of a footloose life with this hilarious pizza.
That's what it looks like too. Ew.
It says, who's brave enough to take a bite?
And whose feet are they modeled after? Because they're not even cute feet. Look at them toes. Look at the feet. I've seen feet that look like that before. That's not. No. No. They could have at least made some nice feet.
So this is a pizza. It's clearly a pizza dough. And they model it to be the shape of like sandals.
They don't even have toenails.
And then it's...
They don't even have toenails that are shaped and colored and
there's toenails
and
right
nice
there.
Manicured. Look at them.
There's toenails.
I'm sorry, those are the feet of someone homeless. Look at the toenail on the big toe.
But
there's no toenail.
This one has got a burnt toenail.
Oh no, that's so sad. Whoever did this, forget you. Y'all, that's just not cool. You could have at least had manicured, pedicured toes on the pizza.
Pizza. So yeah, it's bread that's been modeled like a sandal, and then on the top it has some toes and
look at them toenails.
Topping.
I already know that I would not have modeled any type of toe or toenail. Look at that one right there on the end, like them curled in ones.
The pinky toe.
I'm sorry, those are not cool feet. That's not. I've seen really. This could have been done better. So,
oh boy,
I've seen better feet, and it could have been modeled after better feet than this pizza, and it would have been easier to eat.
Oh gosh, I love it. It's just rabbit hole. All right, That's hilarious.
That is hilarious, Sean. What is that?
What now?
In my
Something's
ears?
beeping. Oh, that's my SD card. So yeah, it is about time to wrap. So let's go ahead and wrap this up now. Yeah, that is the SD card wrapped up.
Saying good night.
So the audio is going to change here to end the show. Sorry about that. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you so much for being here.
You can say it into the mic. It's okay.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's been a really, really nice ending of July. Thank you for hitting like and subscribing and sharing our channel. Everyday people, everyday shit. I hate that we have to abruptly, get out of town, but I'm hungry, so we're going to have to go and get something to eat. And that's that. We will see you next week. Hopefully, same bat time, same bat channel, Wednesday, 8:30. Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern time. Thank you so much. Again, like, subscribe, share. Until next time. Everyday people, good night.
I hear some music going. I don't know what music that is. Is that my phone? I know that song, but where is the music? Where is the music coming from? You hear it too? Yeah, my phone just started playing. Spotify for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, thank y'all again. As you said, make sure you check us out on Patreon as well. That's patreon.com/Aunt Pruitt. Again, patreon.com/Aunt Pruitt. If you would like to join the Patreon community, it is greatly appreciated to help support the show. Again, sorry for this last 2 minutes of audio, but you'll be all right. Keep sharing the show. Be sure to do something nice for yourself and do something nice with someone else. And also know that it is totally okay to love you some you. And we're going to sit back here and wait for justice for Miss Sonya Massey. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.